two safety zones in jiu-jitsu basically in his guard. We have real close, and we got good posture. Okay? That's where we want to be. So usually I go from being real close to popping up real high, real dramatically, just to sort of scare the guy. And a lot of times he'll have the back of my head. If he's got the back of my head here like this, it's real easy for this. It doesn't matter how hard he squeezes. All I have to do is take my hand out and brace against his elbow. I don't even have to fight this. I just brace his elbow and pop my head out. From here I control the hips, pop up to the base. Right here. Start my pass from right here. From this, I'm going to do a flying foot lock, cartwheel. Here. Leg in here. Okay. I'm going to roll this way, and as I do, I'm going to hook this leg. And also I'm going to, once I hook this leg and do my roll, I'm going to figure four my legs so you can't escape. There, that's what I want. I want figure four here, as deep as possible. The reason I want that deep too is so I can afford to have that knee bar. If I have up here, I perhaps have another foot lock, but I don't have a knee bar. If I can get here, okay, then I can have that knee bar. Also, okay, so first let's go to this foot lock right here. Grabbing his toes, it's called a toe lock, actually not a foot lock. Grabbing his toes. Why his toes and not his foot? Because I have more leverage with the toes. The toes is longer. Grabbing his toes, throwing my arms. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl and twist his whole foot into his bakole. Okay? If for some reason, again, he starts to straighten that out, now I can go to this. Okay? If I decide to go to this knee bar, I'm going to ditch this figure four. The figure four is just like keeping it in place, but actually it's not as much pressure as you might think. If I'm really trying to break this knee, I'm going to go to this. Feel the difference, Dylan? Okay, so it'll be this, this, and then if I really want to break it, I'm just going to use both hands behind his heel. I'm going to try and look behind myself. Okay. There's also variations where you can put it behind here, and that's really tight too. But the easiest thing to remember, cross your legs, allows you to put a lot of pressure on there. Grab his knee, look over your shoulder. Oh. Another thing that happens when I do this is I pass his guard, and as I pass his guard, if I hook the leg correctly, he'll be on his belly. So even if I miss both those legs, he'll get a chance to break them off. I can probably take his back. Here. Roll. Look. He's flat on his belly now. Push this away. Start working for my choke. Yeah, you know, you have to travel far and wide to learn different moves. And me and Hawaiian Magnum PI traveled all the way to Britain, to Hogwarts Submission Academy. Head black belt, Harry Potter, and this move is called the Tumbledore. Because there's a tumble, and because it's from Harry Potter Submission Academy, therefore Tumbledore is usually what we call it over there. A lot of people don't know this, especially if you haven't seen the movie, The One Who Shall Not Be Named. He actually, in the book, not in the film version, in the book version, this is how Harry Potter was able to defeat him. Harry Potter down on points at Abu Dhabi, right? Fighting Voldemort. Okay, both the wands crack. Now they have to go to submission wrestling. This was how he submitted Voldemort at the Abu Dhabi Hogwarts Games 2011. Okay, so the thing about this move that I like is the thing I like about a lot of different moves. It's magical. It includes wizardry. But really what I like about it is you're doing a lot of different things at one time. I'm a multitasker, and someone who's a fighter or in Jiu-Jitsu needs to be someone who can do two things at once, or several things at once. So when you do this move, it's a big dramatic pop-up, which oftentimes take people off guard before they can get the other hooks in and go for a sweep. From there, you're jumping over them, you're cartwheeling over them, hooking their leg all at the same time. So while they're dealing with that, this thing, jumping over them, not unlike a magical, you know, a griffin flying over the moon, right, like we have at Hogwarts, that you know, they're dealing with that. And while they're still sort of getting over that, having their guard pass, having this thing jump over them, now they're getting their foot locked. They're like, what's going on? So you're doing all this stuff at one time. The human brain can only handle so many. You seem to think about one thing, two things. Then when you go to do your thing, the brain's not really registering. It's like a distant third, right? So that's why I really like this move. It's elaborate, it's fancy, and it really works. It really works. The first person I saw do it was, I think, Tyrone Glover on 101 Submissions. And that guy's awesome. It's also like one of the only black dudes in submission wrestling. So, but I mean, I learned it from Harry Potter. So.